But let's talk about something I do like, which is this idea of filling in gaps. Because you talk about doing digital marketing instruction. And I feel like one of the things that instruction often does, even when I'm taking an online course, as an example, say it's LinkedIn Learning, I'm often filling in a gap. Like I'm not an expert in Photoshop, but I can get a lot of great ideas and skill sets from maybe doing this course on Photoshop or on the concept of design. So talk to me about the biggest gaps you've been able to see needs for, or where people really need a little bit of help in your digital marketing side.
The number one is analytics. I mean, that's probably one of my number one requested course is analytics. Just help me understand, because every organization I go to, I ask them the same questions, and it's amazing to me the answers are the same across the board. What data is important? How do I turn that data into action? Those are the two biggest questions everybody's asking. And the amazing thing is also when I ask marketing teams, who here has a marketing degree? It's maybe half the room or less. People have come from journalism, they've come from communications, they come from engineering. It's amazing to me how marketing is one of those professions where it's not dominated by people with marketing degrees. And so because of that, there's a very little, where do people learn analytics? Marketing people aren't learning analytics. And also, this is one of my critiques of higher education, where the communications department and the marketing department are in two different schools. To me, those should be interchangeable. Yes, you get some business with the marketing degree, but marketers need to learn persuasion. They need to learn rhetoric. They need to learn the psychology of persuasion. And communications needs to learn marketing. This is why we have, it's so funny because when you go into the professional realm, we have what we call MarComm, marketing communications, so analytics is the number one skills gap in digital marketing. Understanding how to read analytics, how to interpret them, how to then turn that into actionable information. Here, because of this is what stakeholders and managers want. They want marketers to be able to look at the data and say, because of this is what I recommend. And that's what the marketer's number one fear to do is to go out on a limb and recommend an action. And then in my training, I teach them not just to recommend something, but let's put a dollar value on it. If this goes well, best case scenario, this is the financial impact. Worst case scenario, this is the financial impact. And so you're not just making a recommendation. Now you're using internal data to make an estimation. And now you're in marketing, but you're acting like every other department, which is what a stakeholder manager wants to see.
And when you mention money, it speaks, I would imagine, very much to the C-suite and the others who are decision makers, which is probably why there's this fear factor there, right? Because what if it doesn't deliver? What if I can't get that done? So is a fear part of what marketers are going through? They don't want to promise too much. They don't want to under-promise.
Absolutely. I mean, it's what I tell people. I'm like, you either do this or you talk about impressions. And if you're confident about impressions, I mean, let's be honest, impressions are fairy tales and pixie dust. And that's why marketers are so afraid to commit to something. They're not comfortable doing it because marketers, they see themselves as idea people. And I put myself into this, we're idea people. And when we pitch the latest social media, platform, we talk about impressions, we talk about how many people were there, but we never talk about, well, what's the financial impact of this? We're not doing the P&L statement of entering a new platform like every other business division does. And so that's why we don't get the seat at the big table. So absolutely, I think fear is a big part of that.